Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony, Hall of Famer Doris Burke, and another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge, from the sidelines. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Kevin, thank you very much. What a great comeback story for Derrick Rose. His resilience over the years of injuries has been rewarded. He says everybody struggles. People pretend like they don't. My down days were on TV, so I couldn't hide. The whirlwind I was in, I always stayed calm. I think that's just part of who I am. It's my character. Kevin?
Good insight there, Dave. Thank you. And now the Lakers starting group. They've got Antetokounmpo, Fred VanVleet out there with Bryant. Then it's LeBron James. And it's Dennis in at the center position. On for the Clippers. Beverly and Shamet in the backcourt together. Brown out there with Collins. And it's Howard in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Well, we've seen some head coaching changes, Greg. We're early in the season. How long does it take to fully implement, do you think, a new system with a new coach?
You know, it's a tough question, Kevin. It really can depend on how difficult or complicated the system is. But all things being equal, the experienced teams often learn faster because they just understand the game better.
Bryant with the rebound. And so Bryant will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Clippers team.
Yeah, but this is a team they faced and beat in the postseason a year ago.
And there it is for him.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Pass to Shamet. Howard in the post. Doesn't get it to drop for him. So the Lakers will take it the other way.
Yeah, proficiency from range, away from home, much easier said than done. They played a terrific ball game.
And I think it was clear that their plan was to attack from the three-point line, and it worked to perfection.
Now Brown, after the missed three from Bryant. Now Brown. 11 points for him in that last game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
And you know, guys, the other thing I really appreciated about his effort in that game was the effort and work on the glass. What a well-rounded performance.
Here's Howard, and it's Howard finishing it off.
If you had a question as to how Dwight Howard is up there amongst the all-time leaders in offensive rebounds, that's an example why.
Now here's VanVleet. Dishes it to Bryant. Antetokounmpo trying to free himself up. And Bryant gets it to go.
Well, efficiency is everything, right? So far in this one, this guy has been on the money.
And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession.
Yeah, simply stated, you have to take care of the basketball, and they don't on that possession. VanVleet outside. Unloads. And good. He got the English that time as it falls. And that's now 6 points for B. Beverly feeling it out a bit. Passes to Shamet. He kicks it to Collins. Back to Shamet. Just 5 on the clock. No good on the triple. Well, it was the Clippers. Their last game, a loss to the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd. And that's obviously easier said than done.
I'll tell you this. It looked like they wanted to get out of town as quickly as possible. The problem is their defense went with them.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
And with their offense sputtering, coaches got to get them back on track.
And to me, they're just taking too many tough shots. And when they do get an easy one, the confidence just isn't there.
For the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Howard. Rose comes in for Landry Shamet. And it's Payton in for Patrick Beverly. Shaquille Harrison, he's checked in for the Lakers. Trey Burke comes in for Fred VanVleet.
Boy, what a warrior Derrick Rose is. This guy gets buckets through contact out there. So tough.
Burke, the pass to Bryant. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Lakers shooting their first free throws of the night right here, and he makes the first. Both free throws good from Bryant.
The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
Payton looking around. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
And the Lakers making a change here. Green's checked in. And so Brown will bring it up for the Clippers. 6-point game.
A smooth athlete with that near 7-foot wingspan. Brown has the positional versatility that every team craves.
And Greg, it's not just the physical attributes. Brown is smart. He's highly skilled. He played point guard in high school, so you know you can run the offense through him. He's got great handle, great instinct, so much to like. Well, they're calling his number time and time again, and he is delivering.
Rose kicks to Zubats. Brown outside. And finished off by Rose.
Now, it's the aggressiveness of Derrick Rose, a guy who is relentless when he wants to attack, trying to bend your will to his.
Now here's Giannis. He picked up 21 points in their last win against Sacramento.
The other thing I thought was big, guys, was the incredible night he had on the glass. No one wanted any part of him down there.
Here's Payton after the made shot from Bryant. Collins dishes to Rose. Count it, good. Rose has got 8 points.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start.
Burke kicks to Bryant. Here's Antetokounmpo.
Maybe the most highly skilled big man in our league. Giannis is also one of the most frequently fouled bigs in our game.
Teams will make substitutions. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to leave.
That's a solid blueprint. Taking a look at the Lakers. Fred VanVleet out there with Bryant. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's LeBron James. And it's Dennis in at the 5, roaming the paint. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, B in that last game against the Kings really lit up the floor. He scored 41 points, and he was really dialed in from three-point land, making a lot of long ones. He racked up big numbers in what was a really good performance. Can he carry it over tonight? We'll see, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
Well, there's no doubt. He certainly looked like he was enjoying himself in that last game. He had his offense flowing.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Harrison comes in for Antetokounmpo. And Trey Burke subbed in for Fred VanVleet. Pass to Brown. 1:19 left to play here in the half. LeBron with some nice D. Bryant drives in. It's tipped. It's taken away by Payton. Lays it in off the breakaway. Payton's got his first 2 points.
Incredibly strong hands of Elfrid Payton. Excels at taking chances on defense and prying the ball away.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Rose comes in for Patrick Beverley. Burke hits them both. And here is Payton. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Oklahoma City. Zubac the pass to Brown. Back to Zubac. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The Clippers shooting their first free throws of the game. And he makes both free throws. James with it. He's got 7. Down low. Here's Burke. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
How about that? LeBron James always looking for his guys. The court vision, unreal.
Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Bryant. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one on Rose. The Lakers have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them. Both free throws good from Bryant. Clippers trail by 16. Here's Rose. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Collins good. Stolen by Zubac. Now here's Rose. The fast break opportunity. And he gets it to go. Rose has got 10.
Well, Rose loves to get out into open space in transition. That extra space to work, lay it in.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. And their ability to get points in the... Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You know, B has been exceptional here, guys.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half. Got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
Beverley and Shamet in the backcourt together. Collins is out there with Howard, and it's Brown in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doc Rivers. Shamet kicks to Howard. And the pass to Beverley. Back to Howard. 6 on the shot clock. Shamet. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. He's got 5.
Yeah, still commanding a lot of defensive attention. Howard just keeps his head up and finds the open man.
The 3 from Bryant. That shot, no good. So the Clippers will take it the other way. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. And it's Beverley missing.
That's not his spot, but given the lack of defense, you'd like to see him knock that one down.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played besides and with.
You know, it's a great call, and there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, Wilson. Gary Payton, I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him. We used to go at it in high school, and it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court. That's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy, he would run through a wall or through you to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close, I got a greater appreciation for his skill set.
And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Pass to Howard. Brown feeling it out a bit. To the middle. Here's Beverly. Banked in off the glass. Beverly's got his first basket of the night.
Well, this guy's ability to attack and be aggressive. Patrick Beverly in the painted area.
Moment here now for an injury report. Now we'll send it over to David Aldridge for an update on Rajon Rondo. David?
Thanks, Kevin. I got some news from the Lakers head athletic trainer. He said that the hip is bruised pretty badly, but overall, it should be okay. We don't want to hear this news as most teams are starting to hit their stride, so they're going to miss him while he's recovering from this injury. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks. Well, guys, certainly not the news his fans were hoping for.
And not at all. I mean, it sounds like he's got a long road ahead of him in terms of his recovery.
And our hearts go out to him. Now, the guy works so hard. His teammates love him. Coaches love him. He's going to be missed. Boy, excellent start to this second half. They've missed just once in 5 attempts.
Giannis outside. The three from Bryant, and it's good. That bucket takes him to 9 for 14.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Beverly, the pass to Howard. Passes it to Shamet. Collins trying to break free. He gets that one. Shamet's got 10 points. The Lakers with the ball. At one point, they led by 16. They'll be playing host to Miami for the next game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. And here's Bryant for 3. Dwight Howard pulls it in. Howard's got his 5th rebound in this one. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Green. Left side, Bryant. Bryant is doubled to the inside, and Green slams it in.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Here's Howard. Back to Shamet. 4 on the clock, and too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And that is just a deflating.
James right side. The kick out to Bryant. The 3 sinks the three-pointer. Bryant's got 29.
And he's finally getting the feel from beyond. His second 3 of the half right there.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the 4th quarter. So the Lakers 5 right now. Bryant is out there with Burke. Then it's LeBron James. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's Dennis in at the 5. And the first one at the line is good. Zach Collins checked in for Peyton. Both free throws good from Dragic. Lakers leading by 15. LeBron outside. Pass to Dennis. About a minute played here in the 4th quarter. And the rejection by Zubats. To the paint, here's Collins. And finished off by Collins.
The vision by Rose, right? Hits the open man. He's creating for others, and this guy is so tough to deal with.
Bryant is doubled. Wants to get it to Antetokounmpo and does. And the shot goes down.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Dragic looking it over. Shot clock at 6. The kick out to Rose over James. Rebound the Lakers.
And that's where you want to make the next pass. This guy is a good scorer, but the defense was right on him.
And I tell you, Antetokounmpo's evolved into one of the better passing forwards in our league. And when the defense is focused on you that much, you need to be able to find the open man.
Collins wide open. He fires from outside off the mark. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. 17-point lead, their biggest. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. There's the foul against the Clippers.
Father Time has not caught up to LeBron James yet. This man looks like he is on a mission, and he continues to add to his legacy.
Fred VanVleet is checked in for Trey Burke. You know, Greg, you'd probably know as well as anyone, what was it like going up against the Bulls in the 90s?
You know, it's weird to say, but in a lot of ways, we were a lot like they were. Hall of Fame talent at the coach, a defensive-minded team, but the one difference was, you know, the Bulls had that guy that wore that number 23. I think I'd say that might have been the one difference.
The kick out to LeBron. Shamet with the steal. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. And it's VanVleet with the rebound. Lakers leading by 19 points. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. The three ball. Can't hit that one. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Here's Rose. And he drops it in from the low post.
Another one for Derrick Rose. This is a flashback to when he used to do this on a nightly basis.
VanVleet outside. Bryant looking over the floor. 6 to shoot. And Bryant slams it in.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Lakers.
Free throws were a big factor in this one.
You know, it's always great to get a lot of shots at the line, but the key, they were able to convert tonight. You start making free throws, and it can get you the win.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for B.
No doubt he came to play tonight. This guy has been aggressive and effective.
Dragic against Bryant. Inside, here's Coffey, and that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Coffey's got his first bucket of the night.
This is what we call highly efficient play, working off the screen, getting to the cup.
Bryant against Dragic. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. He's off on the first. Good on the second free throw. Clippers have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Here's Dragic. And again, the Clippers good for 2.
Well, it doesn't get much easier than that. Even a decent shooter is going to make that with no pressure.
Cheeks kicks to Bryant. 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Stay that side, stay that side.
From deep. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Here's Dragic. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Well, hit a man in stride. That is a textbook delivery.
And the Lakers can just let the clock run down here. Here's Cheeks. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Alden.